Good evening, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and staying healthy. On this activity, we are going to compare the information in the text and in the video to yourself. So this is a text to self comparison. And so the first one here says that John Locke's ideas from the text and video. And then over here, you're going to compare your beliefs to John Locke's beliefs. So he believed that people were born with certain natural rights to life, liberty, and property. Well, I have my own personal beliefs here, and I would like for you to watch the video that's right here for you to come up with your own beliefs. But I'm going to share a few of my beliefs for here so that you'll understand how to complete this assignment. So I believe, as far as this is concerned, that no one has the right to take other people's lives. I disagree with the death penalty. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that. No one has the right to take another person's life. I disagree with the death penalty. Once again, I encourage you to click on this link and watch this video in order to come up with your own beliefs. Please don't copy mine. And then another belief that I have is I believe that people should be allowed to choose what they want to do as long as no one else is negatively affected. So I'm just going to write that. I believe that people should be allowed to choose what they want to do as long as no one else is negatively affected. Okay. So notice I made some spelling mistakes. I'm just going to go ahead and fix those spelling mistakes. I have noticed that a lot of you turn in your work and it is careless, and there are a lot of spelling mistakes going on. I've noticed that people plagiarize a lot, and when you plagiarize, you just basically copy someone else's work and put it and turn it in like it's your own work, and that's not right. And I can tell when things are plagiarized. All right, so those are just two examples for that. It says people form governments to protect these rights. I'm going to give you one of my ideas or one of my beliefs about what I believe about this, because this is what John Locke believed. He believed that people form governments to protect these rights. I believe that government prevents anarchy. And anarchy is what happens when you have something like the Purge. The Purge, they legalized murder for what, a certain amount of time, and people went around killing people because that type of terrible act was legal. And so when there's anarchy, the government has no control over the people. I mean, in the Purge, they let go of control of the people for a certain amount of time, and when that time was over, the government took over again. But that's an example of what anarchy would be like. So that's just one of my ideas, but I definitely have more than one. I'm not going to tell you all of my ideas though, because I want you to go to the video and come up with your own ideas. So the government interfering with these rights might be overthrown. I believe in voting. I believe that voting is the way we can choose the type, the type of leader we want to guide us. Okay, so that's one of my ideas, and that's how I want you to do that assignment. This next one is text to text. So for this, you're going to have to click on this link right here, and it'll take you over here to the Bill of Rights. So on the Bill of Rights, so on this activity, I want you to compare the Bill of Rights to John Locke's ideas of life, liberty, and property, and the right for us to choose our government, and the reasons why we choose our government. So if you would look at the Bill of Rights over here, you have all of the amendments and their explanations, and you might want to read through them when you make your decision. So when I think of life, I look at amendment number 1, and it says freedom of religion, speech, and the press. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting, which means stopping, the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech or of the process or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. A redress of grievances means to go and complain to the government. So I think that number 1 is a Bill of Rights that fits life. And then I also looked at number 3. It says the housing of soldiers. No soldier in the time of peace shall be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in the time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. I mean, life, that's a part of our life. The way we live, where we live, having our privacy and everything like that is a part of our life, how we live. And then soldiers come into your house, that could be dangerous. So I made number 2 a part of John Locke's ideas. And then number 5 says no person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service of time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. That means you can't go to court twice for the same crime. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. You don't have to go to court and tell them that you did the crime. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, which means that nobody can take anything away from you, including your life, without going to court first. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So they got to pay you for anything that they give you. You can't just they can't just take stuff from you. That's stealing. So I chose number 5 to be a part of life. And then I'm going to go down to number 9. It says other rights kept by people. The enumeration, which means they kind of numbered out and listed in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed or denied by or disparaged. And when you go over this, it tells you what it means right here. Others retained by the people. So none of they can't take away your constitutional rights. That's a part of our life too, because that can mean that you could lose your life. And a lot of these things cause different consequences to happen in our lives. So we all need to be protected. So there's that. I'm going to make another video to finish this. So see you next time.